Hopes have been raised of a landmark climate deal because what's happened is that negotiators have unveiled a new shorter draft incorporating major progress as well as differences 2 days ahead of the deadline for the UN Accord to curb greenhouse gas emissions. The first draft of the Paris outcome, prepared after 2 days of high-level ministerial deliberations, has been released by French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius, and this will be discussed by the 196 nations further to reach a final agreement to tackle the challenge of climate change. The draft negotiating text is shorter now at about 29 pages. The previous version was about 48 pages. And what Fabius has revealed is that there are emerging compromises in this draft now that indicate that things will eventually work out in the coming 2 days. Let's go across to my colleague Ravi Dhiman, who's joining us from COP21 in Paris. Ravi, how does this look right now, this new draft? It's shorter, it seems that it's crisper, and some emerging compromises there. So is the glass half full or half empty?
Well, you could say that, Gautam, that they have tried to walk the distance, but they have not really reached the destination as yet. And the French presidency has curtailed the draft to 29 pages, but the sticking issues still remain. The finance, the funding, how is it going to come, and how much it is going to come, it's still a tricky issue. There are various options that have been suggested in the draft, so there is no final outcome on finance. There is no final outcome on differentiation with developing countries and developed countries giving their options, speaking in different terms. And there is some sticking issues on level of ambition also. So some of the negotiators will have to do a lot of work here in convincing the other countries of their position. We could see a very long and sustained session of negotiation, which begins at around 3 hours from now, 8 o'clock local time, Paris here at Le Bourget. And even though it could extend not only beyond 12 midnight, but it could extend well into early morning tomorrow. And you could say that we could see some fireworks, as some of the experts have said that developed countries and developing countries, both the groups would want their positions to be certified, their positions to be cemented in the draft, in the final outcome. And that's not a very easy thing to be to get done.
Any initial reactions,
as you can see in the background, there are some groups which have started doing some protests here as it got up.
Okay. Any reactions from the Indian emerging economies camp? The island nations wanted the cap at 1.5 degrees Celsius instead of 2. Any of these reactions coming in from any of these camps?
Well, the purpose of the draft, that is to what should be the limit to which the rise in temperatures should be controlled, is also open to negotiations. They have not yet decided on a final figure. 3 options have been given. One is to limit it to 2 degrees Celsius from the pre-industrialized days, and one is to limit it to 1.5. And another ambitious option is to somehow target it below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Not many members see that coming though, but there is still a debate between 1.5 and 2 degrees Celsius. And these groups which are demonstrating in the background, they are demanding 1.5 degrees Celsius to be, the cap to be left at 1.5 degrees Celsius.
All right, if there's a time to be loud and seek something, demand something, well, the time is now. There's just 48 hours to go, and Ravi, I'm sure we'll be talking further as well in those next 48 hours to see what really emerges from COP21. For the time being, thanks a lot for joining us from Paris with those, people raising slogans in your background. Thanks.